Okay, hi guys, Foxdrop here with a commentary with our favourite special guest, Brokenshard. He's joined us again today, and this is one of his games, a commentary of his games. He's playing Darius Jungle, and yeah, so he's joining me for this commentary. And this like format, this setting is that I'm just going to be, I'll maybe do a commentary like I normally do, and then he'll be there giving his insights, like his views and stuff like that. Hopefully this
Right.
will work and this will be cool. So run us through, like, before the game's even started, like your route, like what are you thinking as far as route goes, and why are you
Well, I'm
thinking?
playing. I'm playing Darius Jungle,
Mhm.
everyone's favorite little dunk master. For people who are interested in knowing, I run flat 80 marks, armor, flat armor seals. Normally, I would run magic resist per level, but since they had TF, Shen, and Amumu on their enemy team, along with MF, who actually deals some magic damage, I went for flat magic resist glyphs, and then I went for flat 80 Quints. It's just for Darius's level 1. You kind of need a little bit of extra damage.
So how many
For
route
runes,
route pages like do you have, like,
I
for
have
this?
17 rune pages. I have one. I have two flat 80 ones. One 15 with flat magic and one 15 AD with magic resist per level. It's just for different scenarios.
Fair enough.
And I'm running 921-0. And generally, I build Darius as like a pure tank. And you'll see this game. I rush the Spirit of the Ancient Golem.
Ah,
Well, I'm gonna start blue because what I like to do when I am on purple side is I let our top lane and our mid laner do the rates by themselves. They get a free experience, and since I just go straight to red after, it doesn't slow me down or hamper my jungle path at all.
you have to, but if that happens, you need to get the smartness on blue, obviously, which nowadays is
yeah.
like given, but you know, just
There's almost no reason not to give a
yeah,
smiteless on blue.
yeah, it is. It's such a huge deal, like. Because back in season 2, it wasn't as like, if you gave a smartness, I think it was more like courtesy rather than you need. But
Yeah,
nowadays you
it
need to
was
give smartness pools at level 1.
it was just courtesy to give him a
Yeah.
smiteless. It's like if they felt nice enough, they would give you smiteless. And here you can see that I'm taking quite a lot of damage from the jungle camp because Darius doesn't really have any mitigation abilities
Yeah.
or sustain. You just clear the jungle really, really quickly with your high base
Yeah.
damages.
And you're using your W as an auto attack reset, which is going to improve your clear time whenever you auto attack, and then you push your W on the auto
I
attack
was kind of
reset.
deciding with Shushei that we were going to go for the Amumu's red.
Oh yeah, you're
He
Joe with
sees
your
him. He
mid
sees
lane
him there.
team.
He sees him there, and he ruins it. As he jumps on the Amumu. Shushei, what you doing, son? And,
Is that a
we
mana
just
as well?
we're just gonna take this red without any problem. I think we kill Amumu after this. Like someone takes the red. Yeah, I take the
So
red.
dead.
I flash for him.
He got there quite fast,
Shushei.
actually. I think the Mumu did, like,
Amumu got there quite a little bit faster, and here I'm getting like collapsed on, and it's
yeah.
pretty bad because I actually die here. It was a big problem because there was a bit of miscommunication with me and Shushei is that I flashed instead of him. He could have easily flashed and it would have been okay.
Yeah.
And he also waited on his gate way too long to use it for me to get away.
Yeah, yeah. You both went up pretty,
Deep.
pretty out balls deep for the Mumu kill. But I think, well, it's definitely worth it.
He's gonna get this TF
TF
kill
as well.
though.
Yeah, he gets TF. I mean,
He
that's
gets,
really good. Like, considering how close that mini wave is to his tower as well, like TF,
Yeah.
if he shoves it, okay. Well, a Mumu's gonna soak it up, but like considering a Mumu how reliant he is on blue buff, that hopefully Shushei won't. Yeah, Shushei won't feed him
Yeah.
there.
So I've just come back. I bought 2 pots. Well, actually, 1 health potion. I still had 1 extra, and a mana potion.
You got
And,
your Spirit Stone as well.
Yep. Rushing the Spirit Stone so that I can build that items. And since I still have my buff to do, I'm slightly ahead of the Amumu, even though he got lane experience. Since he's going to go to just smaller camps, and I'm going to be able to do these big camps.
And because he lost his blue as well, I mean, it should be. It depends. Like, it depends who you're playing. Like, I would find. I don't know what that. Like, Darius isn't that common a jungler. Like, he's a. Oh, I like him in the jungle, but that's mainly because I think Black Cleaver and Warmogs are just like OP, and Darius is. Like, you can build Warmogs and Black Cleaver on him, but like, if you were an aggressor, like, if you could aggressively invade, I don't know how good Darius is doing at that, but I
Oh no,
mean.
Darius has a lot of damage early, and you can build him into a tank, and you just rely on his base damages to do
Mhm.
everything pretty much for you.
Because a Mumu's like at your like mercy really right here. Whenever someone I find anyway, if I invade someone and they lose their buffs, if you just invade them over and over again like that, as long as like you don't get caught out all the time, you can put on so much pressure and you could just get this. You could completely screw this Mumu over.
Yeah. Well, not right now. We're pushing mid out right now because we made the call. We were just gonna take the mid turret, or push towards it and kind of pressure it. And we see that Amumu is right here. I'm gonna go and give him some trouble.
And take the big Wraith while you're at it.
Big Wraith.
And kill
I
him.
was planning on saving the kill for Shushei, but he misses his Q.
Right,
So
Amumu kind of gives up on life as well. He
Yeah,
just
he
stands
pretty much
still.
just gives up. I wanted to give Shushei the kill because kills on a laner are much more important.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be getting my fair share of kills at level 6 anyway with my ultimate.
Mm-hmm.
It's like at level 6, if it's almost better to give Darius the kills because you can start like snowballing your way up to the big items.
Even though Darius is such like a snowbally character.
Here's a problem also I see with Darius is like I was so slow because he had boots and I didn't.
Yeah.
If I had boots there, I would have been able to catch him, or even move speed Quints. But if I ran move speed Quints instead of AD Quints, I would do a lot less damage.
Mm-hmm.
It's considerably less damage to the camps.
Yeah. Yeah. You need your clear speed. Flat AD is really decent for.
Oh, absolutely.
Really good. But I'm kind of like what you said before with giving your kills to laners. I understand giving kills to laners is very good.
Here's the big problem that Shushei does is I'm backing because I have a lot of gold, and Shushei had a ward in his inventory, and I'm like, Shushei, you should go ward. He's like, yeah, I'll go ward, and then he gets ganked by a Mumu.
I'll go ward. An ally's been slain.
Yeah, he had 2 wards in his inventory actually, and that's one thing that you guys should learn is that even though Shushei is a good player, he still doesn't understand he needs to put wards down. So I go back, and since I didn't have enough money for a Giant's Belt or Mobility Boots, I just went straight for a Ruby Crystal. This can build into Phage, into a Spirit Visage if I need a Magic Resist or cooldown reduction, if I need an Aegis. It builds into so many different items. Even Locket of the Aren't Solari, which is a really good item for anyone.
Mm-hmm.
So I just built the Ruby Crystal. Normally I just go straight for the Spirit of the Ancient Golem.
Why would you rush that item, Spirit of the Ancient Golem?
Because how cost efficient it is. Yeah. And Tenacity plus Mobility Boots on Darius is ridiculously strong.
Yeah, Mobility Boots are pretty popular nowadays, and yeah, if you need the tenacity of someone like, if you get kited, like Darius doesn't really, he's got his E, but apart from that, you can kite the crap out of him. So
when you think about it, like Mobility Boots and the Spirit of the Ancient Golem give you all the tankiness you need. Your kit is already full of damage. You just really lack mobility and the ability to stop getting kited. Mm-hmm. So having the tenacity through those and the Mobility Boots, which is probably the best combination of tank stats and you know.
Do you ever think
utility.
You could build like too much into being tanky? Like if you went
And here's a mistake that I made. I pulled it out because Shushei was out of range. He already used his Q.
And then
I ended up taking
gets it,
blue.
or your
It's okay though because I can still use the blue really well. Darius with the blue is very, very strong.
And because of your shenanigans like level 2, level 3, you know that their red buff should be up fairly soon.
We know that the red buff is coming up, and Amumu does as well. And I see Amumu actually here. I see Amumu because I had a ward and I saw him do the wraith, so I just snuck up in a way that he can't see me.
Mm-hmm.
Now he doesn't know that I'm here. He has no idea. So I'm just going to engage on him, and he communicates with Shen that he needs some help right here. So he's going to get ulted, but I back off. Shen gets interrupted by Riven Top, and I wanted to pull him in because I knew that they would split, and I was like, oh wait, Shen never came.
Yeah. I
could have probably killed him because 1 Q and my ult would have just one-shot him.
But
it's okay. It's not a big deal because I can just take his red now.
I was going to say like a small detail. The way like Amumu face checked you and you didn't wait for him to like run close to you and then immediately hook him in and start beating on him, because that would mean that he could just run away from you and you've used your CC that way. So you just let him face check you, attacked him, and then if you did run away, you would have had your apprehend to take him out that way as well.
Yeah, I used my Q at max range.
Mm-hmm.
So it would deal the most damage, and the second he got near, I did an auto hit plus W. So he already had 3 stacks of bleed and was slowed for my W. If I needed to, if he got too far away, I could just pull him back in. Like what I do to this TF right now, we don't really get much on him aside from just some harass.
Yeah. How important would you say just lane harass is? Like just doing damage to people in lane, is that like underrated, do you think, or is it kind of like a waste of your time really?
It's not overrated, but it's neither underrated as well. Okay. I mean, it's good in some situations where you just come in and like harass them, take them really low, and they don't back, or they have to use all their pots. It makes sense in some scenarios, and it's good in a lot of scenarios. It's just most of the time it's better to just flat out gank a lane and kill them rather than just harass them.
Would you say as well like you're focusing? It seems like you've been focusing on like invading and mid lane quite a lot this game because you're duo with Shushei. Is that kind of like the only real reason?
Not necessarily. I would, if I was in a solo queue game, it would just generally be mid and counter jungle because I can't gank Shen without tank he got and how fast he is away to run away from me. The same goes for bot lane because they have Nunu MF.
Yeah. And
MF already has high mobility, and it's really, really hard to just get close. But right now, I see an opportunity to gank top, or do my doubles. I know I gank top sometime in the near future, and it does become successful.
Yeah. The issue as well, with the new like crystalline flask start, like it's warded everywhere. Like I had like a revelation when I was playing Lee Sin, and mid started with 2 wards and a flask. Top lane started with flask ward, and their support had 3 wards, and that's like 6 wards at level 1 all around the map. And I'm playing Lee Sin, and I'm trying to do something. I'm trying to create opportunities, and there's just nothing there because there
No,
are
it
way
doesn't.
too many wards. So it's like,
Which is also why Darius is really strong, because you don't need to gank early to be
yeah,
strong. You can gank once you're level 6, you can come in through lane, and his lane ganks are really strong because of how much burst you have.
uh-huh,
And I rank up another point into my E because you're building pure tank and you need the E to deal damage. So I pick up a Giant's Belt. I'm sitting at, what, like 2k HP right now? I'm the tankiest and I deal a lot of damage
yeah.
right now. So that's where Darius is really strong, is when you start picking up these early items like that.
That is quite interesting. So you leveled up your, you got another rank in your E for the armor
Yeah,
pen or for the
because
cooldown?
for both the armor pen
Both.
and cooldown, because with level 1 E, the cooldown is like atrociously high. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. Leveling it up some more like that is absolutely recommended and almost necessary in my opinion, since you get free damage from it and more cooldown. So I come in for a gank on TF. He doesn't have his flash, so I'm just going to move up near him.
Get gated.
Oh, he gets
Shen
ulted by Shen, and it gets interrupt. Oh, it does not get interrupted, and then Shen flashed
Flash.
for some reason. Gonna just chill. We pulled two of them, and
It looked like
Shen
your
flashed.
Riven was like, this is something which people might not think about as well, is that looking at the CS, like Riven has kind of been dominated, not really dominated, but it looks like she's struggling a little bit with Shen, and so instead of directly helping Riven by going top, you're applying pressure on other people and forcing Shen to use his ult to help them out, and so that's
Here
getting rid of
TF
the
ganks
pressure.
bottom and just gets completely destroyed.
Yeah,
I think we
Varus.
do die, but
Yeah,
get a kill
at
out
least
of it.
2 for 1, but a double kill for the, well, all
I
the
asked
ADs.
Riven later what was up with her build, because she could easily build like something very powerful to defeat Shen, but she's like, I'd rather just build a build that's gonna help me in team fights, because I don't think I'll beat Shen in lane, especially with a Mumu with a lot of CC. So here I come for the gank. Shen already uses flash, I know this.
Yeah.
I have 2 points in my E, which is giving me 10% armor penetration, so watch. I Q him from long range, pull him after he taunts, I get as much bleed stacks on him as possible, ult him, another auto hit, and flash away. My bleed stacks plus the ignite is going to take him down, and I survive with nothing.
Yeah, nothing. Yeah, it's like the way you baited out your E again, like I said before with the Mumu. You wait till he uses his gap
I
closer.
take another turret.
Oh my god, you're kidding. That was quality. That high-elo plays right there. You're just baiting the enemy into that. See, that's what you're doing. They're mind games, right? You're taking these turret hits. The enemy thinks, oh, this Darius isn't really paying attention. He might not be that good a player. So they underestimate you, and then bam, you pounce on them in the future.
Well,
You come
the
up
thing
with the
is,
good plays.
I
That's what
saw
it's
that I
about.
was already taking a tower hit in the middle of my W, so I had, even if I flashed out that second, I would have still taken a hit,
Yeah.
regardless of what I did. So I decided to do as much damage as possible. I had like maybe half a second to get another auto hit and a W in,
Mhm.
and that pretty much secured us the kill, because Riven didn't have to stay under turret, and you saw how much HP he survived on after I finished.
Yeah, yeah. It looked like he was just going to go down really quickly, but as soon as it came under the tower, he kind of like stopped taking damage, or
We were too scared, like, to
Yeah.
auto hit him.
yeah, so
Well, now
lucky.
Riven is going to come back into lane with an extra kill on top of Shen. Even though Shen is like a 10 CS ahead, he's going to be in a decent position.
Yeah, this
Now,
is
he's not going to get dominated as hard. He's going to be able to farm. I pick up my mobility boost and I just run mid. Meanwhile, Amumu did take my blue because I was busy top and Shushei was busy bottom.
but worth it.
Amumu hasn't really been doing much this game. He has one gank off in this entire game, and that was in mid lane. And that was like when Shushei was level 4.
Yeah, that's part of why Mumu's so good. Like, I mean, he's still going to be really, really useful in team fights because of his ult. So he's
I'm just
powerful.
shoving out mid. I pull TF in. He does not have his flash, so I'm pretty sure I don't die here.
Yeah.
I don't die here. We get him, and I survive at like nothing again.
A good example of when like not getting the. I don't think you had the max stacks on
Nope.
TF then, but
I
you
just
just
had to
needed
do
to
as
nuke him
much as-
down so you didn't
I had
die.
to do as much damage as possible to make him scared. It's like, oh shit, I'm dying already. I should
Yeah.
probably run away instead of stay and fight.
You're using your smite like quite freely as well, which is nice. The way you're using your smite just to improve your clear speed, so
Yeah,
that you're
like,
not hanging
there's-
on to it unnecessarily.
There's no objectives on the map, no Drake, no buffs. So use the smite to clear small camps. It'll be up by the time you need it.
hmm
They're just gonna poke down Amumu right there, taking him really low.
It's nice the way that people just like grouped up mid. Like, is it just because they took bot tower? Like, well, bot's down, let's go group mid, or is it?
Well, they were already in mid, and
Right,
TF had died, so let's push the tower.
That makes sense. If you're there, you may as well do it.
So I'm gonna run over to my red, and I run so fast with my mobility boots.
What do you reckon this Ruby Crystal's going into next?
I think I built an Aegis this game.
That's good. Good choice. Aegis is such a strong item. Like you always need just an Aegis on your team, and why not have it on the jungler? It's such a good item, really.
I just do that red quite quickly actually without
Yeah.
smite, and I move into a position to gank top. I think I do now.
Do you reckon Mad Reds would ever be a decent item on?
I
Darius?
feel that Spirit Stone, like the benefits of Spirit Stone, far outweigh the Madrids.
Do you think I've always had like a mentality.
Yeah. Okay, so there was a gank attempt on mid lane.
Yeah.
Shushei had to use flash, but he burnt a flash of TF and Shenel.
You don't have any like AP damage on your team though. Is that really something you're worried about? Like you thinking we need to get this game over early, or your true damage is?
Zyra does a lot of AP damage even when built support, and Varus does a lot of AP damage. Magic damage is an 80 carry. Yeah. And I also have magic damage for my bleed, and I deal true damage, so
it's not a big deal.
They probably can't get away with just building armor this game. So I want to get this guy. I pull all of them in, and we get like a bunch of kills, but I fuck up my ultimate pretty hard.
Well, he flashed away anyway. I think if you didn't use it then, you wouldn't have got it off at all. Although maybe you could kill.
We pick up this Nunu just pretty easily. He just gets caught out of position.
Yeah.
But that Amumu did almost save himself. Like I think we would have gotten hit. Oh, and they take that TF down. I think I would have gotten it if he didn't smite it. It's not that he's running. I don't think he's running Spell Vamp.
Yeah. Spell Vamp.
He's not running Spell Vamp, but he smited the wolf or the wraith, and he got HP back from the big one.
Oh wow, that's quite smart.
So, oh yeah, I forgot about that.
These guys
did
are
you see that?
over and over.
Did you see what the Jayce did to the MF? She flashed forward and she got pushed all the way back.
Yeah, these guys. This is what happens. Like when I find like this is how games snowball out of control. Like something bad will happen, and then people will just die and die and die and die. And it's kind of what the enemy team's doing at the moment.
Yeah. One thing to notice is that we were 6 kills ahead, and a turret ahead, but we were only 1,000 gold ahead.
Yeah. I look at that. I've just seen that as well. Now you're still only just under 2k.
The difference is that we may not be winning in farm, not necessarily, but we're grouping up a lot more and we're pushing a lot more, and we're taking objectives. And since we have better coordination, it seems on this team, we can deal with the fact that we have less farm, and our champions are really strong. Like this second, Amumu is very weak.
Yeah,
Shen.
Yeah, sorry. Continue.
Shen is quite strong, but he's not even part of the fights, so we can get away with that.
Yeah.
Like our weakest member is on top lane, and she's fighting one of their strongest members, so we're in a really good position.
You've used your time quite efficiently as well this game. Like, it's not been times when you've just kind of been dailing about, not doing much. It seems like everything you do, you're doing it with like a purpose, and like just looking at your farm compared to your laners and compared to your laners, it's like you're doing stuff, but you're still farming, you're still creating opportunities. 1-1-4 isn't really a carry score. And maybe you'll go too far to say you've carried this game so hard, but I mean you're
not
definitely
necessarily. You're gonna see how hard exactly I carry in a bit.
Okay, well maybe I'm speaking too soon.
I'm a very farm Darius. Let's just go with that. I'm a very powerful, very strong, menacing beast right now. And they look at my score. Oh, only 1-1-4. You're about to see now in a second just how strong Darius can be. So we just burst this Nunu down. I ult him, dunk. I move on to MF. I don't have red buff, but I'm still doing a lot of damage per second.
Yeah. We
get a TF ult. He's chasing someone. I run away because I think that we're not gonna fight, but then I realize that his ult got interrupted. So I come in. I dunk this bitch. Shushei says TF is after me, and I flash over, saying, "Where is he? Where is he? Oh, he's not there." Oh. So I just turn on the Drake, and I just do that now.
Let's come back, Shushei. This Riven, even though it seems as though she's not really been doing very well in lane, like she's interrupted Shen twice. That's now with that ulti, and that's actually been a pretty big deal. Like, both times you've backed off.
And she's keeping him at his turret now. I mean, with all the CDR, she's pushing him very hard. And so Shen, if he did manage to leave the lane, she would have probably taken the turret. And right now, it seems that she's winning these trades quite well now against Shen.
Yep.
Maxing her E is definitely paying off right now. And
look at
all that,
Jesus.
all that CDR. She's not able to harass Shen, but she's also able to push the lane at the same time.
See that kind of just reeks of someone who's like knows what she's doing. Like me, just watching this Riven, it seems as though like the way she's like you mentioned her maxing her E and the build she's gone. It's like she's got an aim in mind. She knows what she's doing, and she
knows what he's doing. He knows that he's not going to be fighting a lot. That since I'm dueling with Shushei, I will probably not camp his lane.
Yeah. And
that he's probably not going to get money ganks, but at the same time, we're going to be pressuring their jungle very hard, so that she can be allowed to build items that necessarily are for survivability. So all she needs to do is just keep Shen in top lane, and we'll win the 4v4.
Yeah, if you're winning, yeah, exactly. If you're winning 4v4 outside the lane, all she needs to do is to make sure that shit doesn't
Shen
spill over
stays.
from her lane.
And if
yeah.
Shen does happen to leave or slip away from her, those 2 times she managed to take that turret down very quickly, especially considering how hard she was losing early.
Yeah, she's doing. It's another like example as well of just.
Shushei just did tons of damage to this TF and gets away at practically nothing right now.
I keep missing Shushei shenanigans.
Well, he has a Muramana, so he hit TF for like
Holy crap! Yeah.
1 billion damage, and I'm gonna just aggressively push on these guys.
And 14 Sword of the Occult stacks.
Yeah. But I think this Amumu is gonna ult for me in a second, which is really weird because I'm about to pull both of them into the loving arms of my Varus. Dunk on the Amumu.
Spreads his Varus juices
Dunk
everywhere.
on the Nunu.
Slam dunk. And
This is like
your 1-1-4 score is now 5-1-5. Well, you're not carrying that hard, Brokenshard. Oh, give me a sec.
Amumu went for a Sork Boots Haunting Guys, which is why he did so much damage to me. I don't have much magic resist. Like, let's just do. He has, with his build, he has 30 spell penetration. He takes me down.
He punches you. He shreds your MR
punches.
as well.
He takes me down. I think it's 30 or 20. 25. So he had 555 magic pen, which is why he did so much damage to me there.
Would you say, like, as far as a movement goes, I only think that build really works when you're not far behind. Like, I think this movement's really a bit too far behind to really go Sork Boots or Haunting Guys.
That's all he has. I mean, Sork Boots Haunt experience though.
Yeah.
He's not tanky. He does deal a decent amount of damage. But if you get insta-give, then this build is not worthwhile.
Yeah, and now that Shushei, like you say, has all these, there's this Muramana and Sword of the Occult. Oh, and it's over. That's all there is to it. And that Shen never really left top lane, 0-1-0. That's all he did that whole game, and they surrendered. And there it is. Holy crap. That was quite like a very efficient game, I say. Like, you just did stuff, you did it efficiently, and then you made plays. You kind of screwed that Amumu over so hard. Like I said, when you got rid of his buffs early, or his blue buff early, I said maybe you should just, like, I don't know.
Amumu only got one kill off with the ganks that he tried to pull off, and that was on Shushei in mid when Shushei was at 300 HP.
I mean, their late game comp is not that bad, I don't think.
No, it's definitely not, but we were so far ahead early that we just pushed it to them, and we had poke from Varus and Shushei. We had disengage from Zyra, and we could just catch people alone. If they get poked too hard and I pull someone in, I can just ult them immediately, and they're probably out of the fight. We start fights 4v5.
Mm-hmm.
Generally, if this game had gone for another 10-15 minutes and they were still able to keep the gold lead, maybe a 2,000, 3,000 gold difference, they had a better chance of winning than we did.
It just kind of got a bit out of control. As soon as like that bot lane went, like you and Shushei were making the plays in the jungle, and then as soon as that bot tower went down, your team grouped up and just kind of destroyed the game. Really, and that was pretty much all it was to it, as far as that went. Anyway, don't want to go ranting on too much about this video. So thank you for watching, guys. Let me know in the comments or whatever how you like these videos, these kind of joint commentaries or whatever, just that kind of stuff. Thanks again to you, Brokenshard, for joining me in another video in your never-ending pit of wisdom, and of course another good luck to you for like boot camping and your qualifiers. Like the NA qualifiers were amazing. So if
I actually learned a lot from the NA qualifiers. I learned that NA junglers are real pussies.
Well,
they like to, no NA junglers build absolutely almost 110% defensive items.
Mm-hmm.
Utility. Yeah. They play junglers to the support book pretty much.
Yeah, I hate that.
Just gonna throw this example right here. NK Inc. was playing Jarvan jungle, and he went Aegis, Sightstone. You know?
Yeah.
Like he went Aegis for the tank and then Sightstone for wards, and he wasn't really doing damage, but he was just pretty much a meat shield with wards.
I thought that was kind of like just the competitive scene, like the role of the jungler. Just like might not get that much farm. They're not going to snowball and get fed.
In NA, they take it way too seriously. In EU, I see that we kind of split farm really well.
Yeah.
With each other, and at least in I don't feel that I'm not getting enough farm. I feel that I'm staying relevant still.
Decent, without screwing over your teammates.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Well, anyway, we'll end it here. So thank you again, Brokenshard, and thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in my next video.